can inspire, art can connect, and art can empower. Many of us derive pleasure from art, but we often don't realise its true power. This has become especially apparent during the pandemic, when music has been a lifeline for many, with stories of neighbours standing on their balconies and doorsteps singing, "We will meet again." Music has been there in many historically dark as well as evolutionary moments, and many genres have developed that way, such as blues having its origins in the history of enslavement in America, or punk as an outcry of youth disappointed in the lack of opportunities for the disadvantaged. Do you remember Punk Prayer in Moscow, when a group of feminists performed in a cathedral, singing to Virgin Mary to assert herself as a feminist icon and save the nation from Putin? Music has a true power to challenge and give voice to those silenced. And today I'm here to tell you about the psychology of art as empowerment and why it shouldn't be a privilege. Did you know that in the UK, marginalised young people are less likely to engage with music and other art subjects at school and outside school? And that's a big percentage of the whole of the UK population, with those young people with special educational needs or disabilities representing around 15%, and those receiving free school meals representing around 16% of the whole of the UK's children population. And arts engagement in general has declined in the UK. Since 2010, number of creative subjects at school has decreased for around 40%, and around 30% for music specifically. At this rate, some researchers suggest that there will be no final year music students by the year of 2033. And even those that had the privilege to engage with the art were unable to during the pandemic, when many of those activities were moved online. This demonstrates how so many of the young people in the UK don't have access to explore their creativity and engage with the arts. I have spent the last 3 years researching different music projects, trying to understand what they bring to young people's lives. I have worked with projects ranging from inclusive music ensembles for young people with special needs or disabilities, to music production spaces put in economically deprived areas. I have interviewed parents, young people, staff members, analysed session notes, used questionnaires and surveys, and observed many sessions, especially when they were moved online. I have observed how music empowers individuals and their communities and mapped those experiences in a model. This model consists of 2 parts. The first representing how individuals grow, and the second representing the power of the communities around them. On the individual level, in sessions that allow for freedom and voluntary engagements, young people express and explore themselves through creativity and engagement with music. This allows them to become more aware of their psychological and emotional experiences and become much better at understanding and regulating them. This has been especially important for those struggling with mental health difficulties, and creative freedom has been particularly valuable for those with physical disabilities, whose autonomy is often taken away from them in everyday lives. The social context has also been very important, with staff members having the power to challenge the way young people see themselves through validation and positive feedback. And so did their peers. In fact, every single group that I have spoken to was telling me about the importance of the community that is being created around making music together. And again, this is being especially important for those marginalised. With those young people who have negative views of themselves, often due to the stigma of their marginalisation, they get to see themselves in a new way because they get to see themselves as musicians and as able. And those struggling socially get to practice their social skills in an environment where they can feel accepted through music making and gain social skills that they can then take somewhere else and practice them and connect to others. In fact, making music together as a way of bonding has been highlighted in a lot of cases, but especially during the pandemic when this wasn't possible. Apart from greater social understanding, growing in confidence and social ability, some research also suggests that engagement with music has a positive impact on young people's academic achievement. And I have also observed this in my own research. There seems to be the ability of music to bridge the gap between those marginalised and those privileged in terms of graduating from high school, going to universities, and even stuff like voting and volunteering. This demonstrates the true power of art to challenge systemic inequalities in our societies, while access to it is actually one of them, especially for those with special educational needs, disabilities, or those eligible for free school meals. And when we help the marginalised, we build better societies. So if you feel encouraged to help discover creativity and art to those unable, but also to those who could all benefit from it immensely, I encourage you to collect your local art community projects and help in any way you can, such as donating money, donating all instruments, volunteering your time if you play an instrument, or lobbying your local representatives for more funding for such projects. I believe that art inspires our daily lives and connects us in difficult times. We saw that art gives voices to those unheard and empowerment to those marginalised. So let's make it available to everybody. Thank you.